much, not a review, but just my thoughts on the Sym, S-Y-M, Maxsym 400i scooter. Now, I just bought that scooter not long ago, probably about a few weeks ago actually, and just clocked up 1,000 kilometers on the bike today. Now, I know there's not many reviews in Australia or Europe. It's mainly all Asian reviews because these scooters are made in Taiwan. They're really well made scooter. Nothing really to fault really on it, but there are some good points, there are some bad points. So the good, the bad, and the ugly. But overall, it's a really nice thing, nice little scooter, nice little torquey motor, very linear in delivery. It's not, it's not peaky or whatnot. It produces, I think, something like 29 kilowatts off the top of my head. But it is a grunty little motor. It's it actually pulls well, and I've got to say that I never really even gave scooters a thought. But I haven't ridden motorcycles for a while, and decided to invest in one along with my brother, my younger brother, who had one. And I've got to say, overall, it is a lot of fun. But after riding it for a little while, you sort of start to see the weaknesses in a scooter. Well, not so much weaknesses. You really got to buy a bike that's fit for purpose. So if I'm going to be doing long rides in the saddle and being 120 kilos, maybe this might not be the right bike to get. But if you're commuting or if you're a lot lighter and you're traveling, fine. It's great. It's reliable. It doesn't drink much. It goes well. It's got a more than enough power to get you out of trouble, and it's really hard to fault it really. But if you're doing long distances over mixed terrain, like some really crappy roads, especially out in regional Victoria and New South Wales, you get a mix of really good smooth roads, and then all of a sudden the roads just turn to potholes that if you hit some of those holes, you're dead. So the suspension travel is just not up to that sort of touring. It's not really up to touring. It's more something you drive around the city or on smooth roads. Oops, a bit of bad riding there. Yeah, the corner's got a bit tight there. But handling in the tight stuff, this thing is unbelievable. It's incredible. I find you can really throw it around. The wheels on it, I think, are 15-inch at the front and 14 on the back, and it just seems to roll in the corners really well. The suspension is really well damped. Because there's not much travel, I guess the shockers in the back, there's twin shockers at the back, and front you've got obviously non-adjustable forks, but they're well damped, and ABS and traction control come with it. But just, oh look, there's an echidna just crossing the road in Australia. It's like a porcupine really, so lucky I missed that. But the handling is superb. You can just see through the twisters, it's effortless. And it's the braking power of this bike is incredible as well. It's got twin discs at the front, and it really handles really well, stops well. But again, if you're a bigger fella and you want to go touring on long distances, I think all the suspension travel, the jarring, really, so you can see how the bump, it really shakes your teeth, the fillings out, which it's after a while it can get pretty tiring, especially if you're a bit older like myself. It can knock you around a bit, and which it did today. I really took it out of me today, to be honest with you. It was a 35-degree day in northern Victoria, and it just wore me out, getting jarred around all the time. The other thing I've got to say about this bike, on the plus side, is the screen is really good. It gives you a pretty good protection. The electronics on the bike are really good. The controls are good, but you can't really adjust the handlebars on these things. They're fixed, so, which is fine. You soon adapt to it. But if you are a big fella, you'll find that it can get cramped after a long ride as well. Being in a fixed position. Whereas I find it easier on a motorbike. You can stand up or stretch your legs a bit more. So The thing with the seat on this thing too, it's wide, and the material that it comes with, it's very grippy, so you can't slide around on the seat. So if you have to go back and forth, it's really hard. But luckily, I was able to purchase it's like a bit of a fishnet cover that you put on there. It's like some sort of material. What would you call it? It's like a nylon material, like a net that pretty much solved the problem. You can actually slide up and down there, up and down the seat, and when you're getting on and off, you're not scared about scratching the seat, which is a plus. I bought it from AliExpress around the $30 odd, $35 I think it was Australian, which is pretty good. Now the other thing I've got to say, I didn't really check the economy as such, but I think out of a tank you should get, I think it's a 13 litre tank, you should be getting close to 300 kilometres in range, which is great. It's pretty much, what would you say, half day ride. For most people it'd be about a half. If you're doing a long distance run, you'd be, I don't know, or even for a day trip, it'll cover you quite easily, so no problems there. The lights really good, the front lights are good. You've got hazard lights on the bike, which back in my day, these are unheard of, these sort of things, and especially even traction control and all of the bells and whistles. It's really packed with technology, I've got to say. It's really well balanced, really well made. But again, I'll go back to the the seating and the seat. The seat's pretty wide, although it's an 800mm seat off the ground. It's sort of, I'm not really flexible and don't have long legs, so you're sort of tippy-toeing when you're stopping, trying to stop the bike. So that can be a bit of an issue, can be a little bit of a problem. But again, for going commuting or short trips, for traveling, going to work and back, or going on a short outing once every so often, it's more than enough. It is really well made, and unfortunately we don't get too many people talking about it in Australia. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's this macho thing, getting the big adventure tour or getting the big motorcycle. I don't know, but I think they're really not well represented in Australia. They're I don't know. I think it's more a macho thing. I think people look down on a scooter and think, no, okay. But I can certainly say in the twisties they conduct themselves really well. Would I buy one? That's, again, I guess yes and no. I don't really I prefer to have a motorcycle with better suspension travel. It doesn't matter if it's a motorcycle or scooter. It's just that the short jarring on a bad road does affect me. Now, if you're lighter, it might not bother you. You see that we're just passing a nice green machine. There was I believe there was a custom car show out in northern Victoria, in the town of Bright, which there's quite a few cars out today. So we did see a lot of them coming home today, which is Saturday the 11th of November in northern Victoria, and up in the Murray area, the Donga. So anyway, I don't know if anyone else has had any experience with these in Australasia, and any other comments, maybe any pluses or not. Oh, the other thing, before I forget, is the scooters have this remarkable boot space. Now, when I say boot space, you lift the seat and you can fit two helmets there easily. So it's got massive amounts of room underneath the seat, which really, if you had a motorcycle, you'd have to have a bag or a pannier or something up the back there. So really, really practical. So again, it's probably designed more for a run around the city, or commute. You can put all your clothes under there. You can fit quite a fair bit of luggage. That's a real plus on the scooters. And that's pretty much that's my thoughts on the bike. I've got to say, overall, I'm very happy with it. But I don't think that it's probably the best choice for long distance touring, especially in a place like Australia. I'd probably look at something else. Again, that's just me. But if you're happy with that sort of suspension and that ride, that out of position for long distance, you can manage it, and more agile, then I think you'll be fine. And it's not a bad bike.